A sweetheart neckline is a neckline on a woman's garment as a dress with a high back and a low cut front with two curved edges resembling the conventionalized shape of a hat. However, a sweetheart neckline can be achieved through various designs. So guys, in today's video, I'll be showing you how to make a sweetheart neckline with strap. A sweetheart neckline with strap can be achieved in two ways, in which I will be explaining into details in the course of this tutorial. Hi everyone, my name is Bolaji, and if you are watching my video for the first time, this is Reggie School of Fashion. On this channel, I upload fashion designing content regularly for both male and female, using pattern drafting, which is the world standard method of clothing construction. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't, so that you will get regular notifications whenever I upload my next video. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. In drafting a sweetheart neckline with strap, a basic bodice block is needed, which I've drafted on my pattern paper. Here is the starting point. This is the shoulder line. This is the armhole, the chest level, the bust level, the empire level, the waist level, and this is the dart. And I constructed the side as well. I did not construct the neckline because of the design we are having on the neckline. If you don't know how to draft a basic bodice block, I have a well-detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice block. It is a master class which I sold on my website some times ago, and I'm giving this out for free so that you will always catch up with me, and purposely because I'm making use of a pattern drafting method. So if you don't learn how to draft your basic bodice block or pattern drafting as a whole, you may not be able to catch up or get lost in the middle of the tutorials. So the videos are on a playlist, and the playlist has been linked up in the description box already. In drafting a sweetheart neckline with strap, the first thing we need to do is to draft the sweetheart neckline itself. You can see I did not have any neckline on my basic bodice block. I want to make a sweetheart neckline together with a strap. I have a video on how to draft a sweetheart neckline, just sweetheart neckline, to the shoulder line, which you can attach a sleeve with. Also, I have another video as well, how to draft a sweetheart neckline attached with yoke. So if you are here to watch those videos, the videos has been linked up in the description box below this video as well. So make sure you watch those videos after watching this particular one. A sweetheart neckline with strap can be achieved in two ways, which I will be showing you in details in this tutorial. So make sure you watch this video to the end. Make sure you did not skip any step so that you don't get lost at any point. I'll be showing you two different ways of drafting a sweetheart neckline with strap. The first method is by drafting the neckline together with the strap, and the second method is drafting the neckline separately and the strap separately. And I will start with the first method, which is drafting the sweetheart neckline with strap. Here is my center front. The measurement I have from this point, which is the center front, to this point is a basic neck width. Basic neck width is 3 inches. Okay, and I constructed the shoulder line. This is the shoulder line. So for this reason, I will be measuring what I have on the shoulder line and get the midpoint. So this is the midpoint of the shoulder. That is the center of the shoulder. I have to do this so that I will put this point in mind in every drafting I'm making. Whatever I will be making should not exceed this point, so that the strap will be able to stay fit on the shoulder. It will not be falling. If I should exceed this point, the strap will be falling off the shoulder. So after getting this point, the next step is to determine how low I want the neckline to be. You can decide to make your sweetheart neckline falls on the chest line if you don't mind. And if you don't want the cleavage to be too opened, you can bring it up a little. So please, bringing it up is just a little and not much. The beauty of a sweetheart neckline is to have a very low front. The neck depth should be very deep. The deeper the neck depth, the more beautiful the sweetheart neckline comes out. Okay, so I will just be taking this up by 1 inch. So which means I have about 7 inches for my neck depth. I took the measurement from the starting point. So this is about 7 inches. So you can use between 1 and 2 inches. You shouldn't exceed 2 inches or else the neckline will not come out well. The shape of the heart will not come out properly. Okay, so I'm maintaining this 1 inch from the chest level. And I will make it a straight line. Okay, so the next step is to construct the sweetheart neckline. I can decide to take the construction from the bust level, exactly from the bust level, and I can come up a little, but it has to be below the chest level. So this is what I'm talking about. This is my neck width. Let's assume I'm taking the construction from the bust level. So which means the connection is from this point to this point. Like so. So this is how I'll be connecting the neckline. So you can see how deep it looks. But if I want to bring this up, if I don't want it to get to the bust level, I can decide to get the midpoint. The midpoint in between the bust level and the chest level, which is 1 inch. Then I can pick this up from 1 inch and construct it like so. Of course, the result will be different. One will be deeper than the other. Can you see what I have? This is what I have from the 1 inch point. But if I'm taking this from the bust point, this will be deeper than the 1 inch point. And I will have something like this. So the two are looking good, but this will be more beautiful than this. As I said earlier, the deeper the neck width, the more beautiful the sweetheart neckline looks. So it all depends on how you want yours to be. So I think I will be maintaining the one I have on the bust level, and I will erase the other one. Okay, so here is the sweetheart neckline drafted already. So the next step is to draft the strap. As I said earlier, this is a neckline, a sweetheart neckline combined with strap. Your sweetheart neckline can be with yoke, your sweetheart neckline can be with shoulder, your sweetheart neckline can be a strapless, your sweetheart neckline can be with keyhole. You can achieve different designs from your sweetheart neckline. Sweetheart neckline with strap is different from sweetheart neckline with shoulders. Yeah. So in constructing the strap, I will have to take the measurements of my neck width. That is how much I want the neckline to wide. So here is the neck width, the basic neck width of 3 inches. From the center front to this point is 3 inches. Okay. So what I have left from this point to the center of the shoulder is about 2.625. 2.625. So which means from this 6.625 is what I will be measuring out the neck width and also draft the strap. This 2.625 are going to share the neck width and the strap of the neckline. If you don't know how to read your measuring tape correctly, you don't know how to read the small lines on your measuring tape, you don't know how to convert your fraction values to decimal value to fraction, I have a well-detailed tutorial on how to read a measuring tape purposely for pattern drafting. It is a well-detailed video in which you will learn how to read every small lines you have on your measuring tape. After taking your measurement, it falls on the small lines which you are not familiar with. Instead of rounding it up to the nearest value you are familiar with, you will know how to locate that exact value. The video has been linked up in the description box as well. Make sure you watch it after watching this particular one. Okay, so I have 2.625 on this line. So you have to determine how wide you want the neckline to be. This is 3 inches. So let's assume for the sake of this tutorial, I want to use 4 inches as the neck width. I already have 3 inches marked out, so I will be adding 1 inch along the shoulder slope line and not on the straight line. So here is a 1 inch point. So this is the neck width I'm using. Okay, so another thing I need to decide is also how wide I want my strap to be. The strap can be 1 inch wide, it can be 1.5, it can be 2 inches, it can be 0.75 or half of an inch wide. It all depends on the wearer. And how do you want to rock your sweetheart neckline top with strap? Is it with bra or without bra? If you know you'll be rocking this with bra, so which means the strap should be a little bit wide in such a way it will cover the bra strap. And if it is without bra, you can make it tiny as much as you want, since you are not having any underwear underneath that will be exposing. So these two factors have to be put into consideration before taking your decision on the width of your strap. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will be making this strap about 1.5 inches wide, which is here. So you can see I have already moved away from the center of the shoulder. I can either take my measurement to fall exactly on this point, which is the center of the shoulder, or before the center of the shoulder, but I must not cross this point and exceed this point, except if I'm making an off-shoulder dress. Okay, so here is the neck width and here is a strap width point. So I've erased the center point of the shoulder because it's no more needed. So whatever I have from here to here is what I will be using in constructing the strap. So the next step is to extend this straight downward to the neck width. So this is the neck depth. Let me just label this as the neck depth. So this line is the neck depth. This is the chest level. Okay, so I will just take this down straight to meet the neck depth. Okay, can you see what I have? This is a perfect straight line. If you don't want yours to be a complete straight line, you can have a slight curve. A slight curve. So it will not be a complete straight line. So I will just have something like this. So can you see what I have? Okay, then I'll come to the second point, which is a 1 inch point, 1.5 inches point of the strap length. Then connect this as well. But before connecting, I will be taking the same 1.5 inches on the neck width because I want the wideness to be equal. You can also create different designs for your strap. You can make the upper part wider than the lower part, or make the lower part wider than the upper part, or make the two parts equal. So it all depends on your creative mind. So when you are drafting, you have to be a creative person. Your creativity is very, very important so that you'll be able to create your own unique style. Okay, so I'm constructing this. What I have from here, which is 1.5 inches, I'm having the same thing from here to here as well, which is 1.5 inches. So I'm connecting this with a straight line first, straight ruler, before making use of the band curve. If I want to make it straight, this is what I will be having. I want it a little bit curvy, or have a curvy effect. Then I'll position it like so. Okay, so this is what I have. This is the strap. Here is the sweetheart. So the next step is to reconstruct the armhole. So I'll be positioning my ruler in such a way it gets to the neck point. So I'll just have something like this. Connection from the chest level to the neck depth. Then I have this beautiful look for my pattern. Can you see what I have? So this is coming to this side, while this is coming to this side. If you want the straight line, maintain the straight one. You want the curvy one, maintain the slightly curved line. So far so good. This is what we have after drafting the pattern. So this is a sweetheart neckline with strap pattern. You can see how beautiful it comes out. Then don't forget to add the seam allowances all around the pattern. By the side of the strap, add half of an inch. To the armhole side, the shoulder line, half of an inch. On the sweetheart neckline, half of an inch. The side, 1 inch. Then the waist level, or wherever your top is stopping, you add half of an inch in finishing the part. So I'll be adding my seam allowances and also cut out the pattern for you guys to see before moving to the second method. So now I'm ready to cut out the pattern. As you can see, I've added the seam allowance on the neckline around the shape. Can you see what I have? And I decided to maintain the straight line for the strap. So I've erased the curved lines and I added half of an inch on both sides of the strap. So I will be cutting this out. So guys, you can see the pattern is looking beautiful, isn't it? Yep. So this is pattern for a sweetheart neckline with strap. Here is a strap and this is the sweetheart. Here is the center. So when I get to the point of putting this together, I will cut it on fabric so you really see the beauty of the neckline. Now I will be showing you the second method of achieving a sweetheart neckline with strap. So here is the center front of my pattern. Here is the shoulder line. This is the starting point, the chest level, the bust level, empire level, waist level, and the darts. So the first thing I'll be doing is to construct the sweetheart neckline. At this point, I will be connecting from the bust point to the chest level in this case. Okay, so this is the type whereby the bodies will be separate and the strap will be cut separately as well. So the two are not going together. Okay, so here is a sweetheart neckline. Okay, so the next step before cutting this out, I have to decide where the strap will be attached to after cutting it out. So that is why I'll be going through the process I went through when I was drafting the first method. So whereby I'll insert the neck depth. I'm using 4 inches as the neck width rather. I'm inserting extra 1 inch to make it 4 inches neck width, which is this point. Then I will take this downward straight line. I'm taking it straight down. So just to get, so this is what I need. When I'm ready to cut this out on fabric, I will take note of this point. So I already know this is the point I will be attaching the strap. So that is all I needed this for. So now I can go ahead and cut out the pattern. So I've flipped my pattern upside down, as you can see. So this is a starting point now. So before cutting out the pattern, I can decide to draft my strap at the same time on my bodice pattern. So this does not require a wide strap. So I will be making use of 0.75. It depends on how tiny you want it to be. Okay, so 0.75 is here. Then I will take this down. So now my pattern is ready and I can cut it out. So when you are cutting yours, make sure you add your seam allowance. Don't forget, you can either add it on your pattern or add it on the fabric. Okay, so I cut this all through on the chest level. So I did not cut it together with the strap. So I'll be cutting the strap separately. And don't forget, the strap is coming from the front and also extended to the back neck depth. So when I'm ready to cut this out, it will be on fold. It will be on fold so that it will cover up for the front and the back. And I'll also add extra inches on the opening and also by the side. So what I have here at this point is like a notches. So when I'm cutting out my fabric, I will place a notches on that point. So this point is to note where I will be attaching the strap. So it will help me to know the exact point I will attach my strap. So guys, we are good. So this is the easiest method so far. Very easy method on how to draft a sweetheart neckline with strap. So this is the first pattern and here is the second pattern. The first pattern, the strap is cut together with the sweetheart neckline. And the second pattern, the strap is cut out separately and the bodice is cut out separately. Now I'm ready to cut out my pattern on fabric. As you can see, my fabric is on fold. So can you see, and this is the folded side, and I place the center front on the folded side of the fabric. Okay, so I'll be cutting it out. So this is what I have after cutting out my pattern. So can you see? And before removing the pattern, make sure you place notches on the appropriate places, like the chest level, the bust level, the empire level, the waist level, and the top length. Mark the dart point as well. So notch the dart point as well, so that you will know where your dart falls after removing the pattern. So I will be separating my fabric from the pattern and open this up for you guys to see the beauty of the neckline. So as you can see, we are really focusing on the neckline in this tutorial. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, so that you will get regular notifications whenever I upload a related content. I'll be making a video on how to make a crop top, whereby I will draft the front and the back of a sweetheart neckline with strap, and also show you the process of constructing the top from the beginning to the end. You will also see the final result of the top. Okay, so this is what I have. Wow, this is looking beautiful. So this is a sweetheart neckline with strap, and the strap was drafted together with the bodice, no joining. Can you see what I have? So this is really beautiful and I love it. I want to believe you love it as well. Please drop your comment at the comment section. Let me know what you feel about this video. So guys, that will be all on how to make a sweetheart neckline with strap. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful in one way or the other, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Till I come your way next time, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.